Hi, my name is David Armstrong. I'm the executive producer and artistic director at the Fifth Avenue Theater, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to another of our Musical Theater Factory vlogs. Today I have the great pleasure of telling you about the amazing season that we've put together at the Fifth Avenue, and we have two very exciting ways for you to experience that season. We have 8 shows coming up, but we've divided that into 2 4-show packages, both of them sensational, but both of them very different. The first one we'll talk about is what we call our Essentials package, and for musical theater lovers, these are shows that are essential to experience, and if you haven't experienced them, you're certainly going to want to. The first show in our Essentials package is Rodgers and Hammerstein's classic, The Sound of Music. This is without a doubt one of the most beloved musicals of all time. I'm sure you've seen the movie, but most people have never seen it live on stage, especially in a production in a way that only the Fifth Avenue Theater can provide. Lavish sets, beautiful costumes, and a cast that will knock your socks off. This is a timeless story that will create memories for you and your family. The second show in our Essentials package is one of my personal all-time favorites. It's called How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. This Pulitzer Prize-winning musical was created by the exact same creators as Guys and Dolls, and like that show, it is filled with a swinging Frank Loesser score, fantastic dance numbers, and a truly hilarious story about climbing the corporate ladder while doing as little work as possible. This is a show that you may have never seen. In fact, it's the very first time we've ever produced it at the Fifth Avenue Theater, but it's a show that I know you will love. Next up is our reinvention of the classic musical Paint Your Wagon. This is a show that was written in the 1950s, and many people know it from the movie that came out during the 1960s. It's a show that's very rarely produced. We are creating an entire new story and book for the show that will showcase the classic songs that I know you know and love. It's truly an amazing score, an amazing story about the gold rush. If you have seen the show, you certainly will never have seen it in this new version that we're creating from scratch here at the Fifth Avenue Theater. The final show in our Essentials package is the 2014 Tony Award-winning Best Musical, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. This is a hilarious show that is still packing in audiences on Broadway, and we're thrilled to present the Seattle premiere of it. The show is truly hilarious. It's about a gentleman at the turn of the century in London who is the 8th in line to inherit the family fortune, and he decides to take matters into his own hands and bump off all of the relatives that are ahead of him. The hijinks that ensue as he tries to do that are truly uproarious and hysterical, and one of the great tricks of the show is that there's one actor who plays all of the relatives, men and women, that have to be bumped off in the process. It's a show you will not want to miss, and those together with the other 3 shows in our Essentials package will give you a complete experience of the joy and the wonder of musical theater. The other exciting way you can experience our musicals at the Fifth Avenue Theater is through our Adventure package. These are 4 shows that take you a little more off the beaten track and provide an experience that might have just a little bit more of an edge to it in a very, very positive way. The first show in our Adventure package is called A Night with Janis Joplin, and it was a hit on Broadway just the season before last. And the title pretty much sums it up. This show will take you back in time and allow you to experience what it was like to be in the presence of the Queen of rock and roll at the height of her fame and the height of her powers. However, this show is not just a concert. Although it does contain all of her greatest hits, in addition to that, it will take you inside her mind, inside her personal experience, and bring onto the stage many of the incredible women who influenced her as a singer and an artist. Next up is the landmark musical Assassins. This show comes from the mind of our greatest living composer and lyricist, Stephen Sondheim, and as only Stephen Sondheim can do, he brings together a group of misfit characters to create a dark, thrilling, macabre, and hilarious show that will really keep you on the edge of your seats. This show is our annual collaboration with our friends at ACT Theater, and it will provide an intimate experience that is not to be missed. The third musical in our Adventure package is the Tony Award-winning smash Kinky Boots, which will come back to the Fifth Avenue Theater for a triumphant return engagement. The show was a sellout for us last year, and there's a reason why. It's fantastic. It has a book by Harvey Fierstein and an incredible score by Cyndi Lauper, and the best way to secure your tickets is to be a subscriber. No package would be complete without the Tony Award-winning hit A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. This show is so good, so funny that we had to include it in both of our packages. So come to the Fifth Avenue for our adventure package, come to the Fifth Avenue for our essentials package, or build your own package of a combination from each of them. Whatever you do, we hope that you'll join us at the Fifth Avenue Theater for an incredible season of musicals.